As of yesterday afternoon, the country surpassed 25 million COVID-19 cases. That's according to the latest numbers from NBC News. Keeping in mind, the U.S. crossed the 23 million case mark just 10 days ago, so 2 million cases over the last 10 days. Nationwide, more than 416,000 deaths since tracking began in February of 2020. Right now, there are growing concerns of a vaccine shortage as many states say they are starting to run out of their first doses. Here in Georgia, the number of new COVID cases and deaths remain high. Although cases have started to level off a bit, as you see there, they are much higher than what we did see during that summer surge. More than 6,500 new cases were reported Saturday here in the Peach State. Saturday, the state reported 128 new deaths, with another 58 probable deaths. This comes after hitting an all-time record for deaths just last week in Georgia, the second highest day for deaths recorded on Friday. And as Georgians race to get COVID-19 vaccines, frustration is setting in for many who aren't able to find one. More than 2 million Georgians fall into the 1A+ group currently eligible to get vaccinated, but Georgia's still only receiving about 120,000 vaccine doses a week. Governor Brian Kemp says about 40,000 doses that were previously going to long-term care facilities will now be freed up to go to counties. Meanwhile, the DPH says all health departments will now be booking appointments for second doses when people receive their first ones. They're also working with doctors and other providers to make sure they schedule the second dose for each person as well. And trying to get more Georgians vaccinated, DeKalb County has now reopened registration for vaccine appointments. The Board of Health announced people in the 1A+ group can now visit their scheduling portal and book appointments as soon as tomorrow. Registrations had been paused since January 9th after more than 20,000 people signed up in less than 24 hours. Now appointment slots will come open based on the number of doses available. At last check, though, all time slots were already filled.